Hello, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. It's a little bit later than what I normally do. It's just been a rough couple of days. I don't know if I haven't been feeling very well, and I'm not quite sure what's the deal. I've had a headache, so it's just one of those. I don't know if it's the pressure. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but not feeling 100%. But it is what it is. I'm here and I'm showing up, and today we're just gonna celebrate doing some hard things. So let me go ahead and let me know that you guys are here. If you guys don't give the permission for StreamYard to use your name and everything, just make sure you're putting your name and who's saying hi and everything, just so that way I know who I'm talking to. It doesn't show because I'm not Facebook exactly. It's going through a different program. So good morning. Good morning. Let me get in here. Are we ready to do this thing? We're going to talk about celebrating ourselves. And I think that this is going to be a very important topic to some of us. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. And good morning and welcome to the Coffee with Christine show. I'm your host, Christine DeGennaro, and I am also the author of Courting the Universe and the creator of the Sacred Life List Method. And I am so glad that you are here joining me this morning for episode number 55 on November the 21st, 2022. So if you are here, let me know that you're watching. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure you subscribe so that way you guys get alerts and notifications whenever a new episode has come up. I also have the YouTube channel. Make sure you're checking that out too. That's where you get to see my lovely face looking all gorgeous like it is today. So, this podcast is for you if you are an introverted, career-minded, working mom, single mom. We're all about the feminine energy. But if you like law of attraction and you like manifesting, this is going to totally be for you because you are going to tips and tricks on how to manifest the life of your dreams without feeling guilty about your self-care. So we go all into that. So today we're talking about celebrating yourself. And it's important to sometimes it gets hard. Some days, whether roller or you're physically unable, or like there's some days where your energy levels just dictate that it's going to be a rough day. And those are the days where you have to show up for yourself. Normally, when I don't feel good, I like to go a little bit further and actually dress up really nice and feel better. I'm probably actually going to go back to bed. So I didn't bother dressing up today. Anyway, not about me. Today we are talking about, I know you don't celebrate yourself that often. So we're going to do some celebrating of adulting today. All right. Topic of the day, or the key contemplation for the day, is going to be the moon. This is the Rider-Waite tarot card deck. You have the moon. It's number 18, which makes it 9, with a masculine energy. There is a moon in between two towers. There's a wolf and a lion staring up at the moon. And there's a river coming down. It's a pathway leading to a riverbank. And then there is a lobster in there. I'll show that to you guys again. So the moon typically represents illusion. There's fire in the sky. There's the man of the face of the man on the moon. You can tell I haven't had my coffee. And the illusion, we know that the moon is always there and how it goes through phases, but it's still there, even on the days where there's a shadow crossing over it. So there's always the illusion that the moon is going or coming when it's actually a constant thing. And the illusion is that it's coming and going. So if we think about our energy, it's the same thing. Our energy is always there. Our life force energy is always there. If you are here in your physical presence, you are embodying your life force energy. And there are some days where it feels like it comes and feels like it goes. It's always there. It's always within us until it's not. But the days where it feels like it's a roller coaster, those are the days you have to tap into your divine. Those are the days that you need to really trust and believe that this is just a blip on the radar, a bump in the road, whatever little saying we have for it. But this is going to allow us to just relax into it and move forward for the day. So today's card, again, is the moon, number 18, masculine energy, which is interesting because masculine energy is more about doing. And today we're going to talk about doing the opposite. We're going to sit and do the small things that lead up to the bigger things. Okay. So I know you don't celebrate yourself. You know how I know? Because I know I forget to celebrate myself too. And there are some days where being a grown-up is hard. There are days where our emotions get to us more so than they usually do. We have a lot going on. I was watching a live from one of the most inspirational people that you could possibly ever meet. And she had a hard time last night. And it reminded me very deeply that we're all just humans. We're all just doing the best that we can. We're all, dealing with issues, and, some are worse than others. But at the same time, we all, in our experience, our issue is our issue. And it's close to us. And, you have the people who are like, oh, it's going to be fine. And you know what? It will. But there are some days where that's not what you want to hear. That's not at all what you want to hear. You just want to wallow in your misery for a little bit and be able to feel what you want to feel. It's okay. Or there are some days where you just want to push it aside and you'll deal with it later. Not the healthiest way, but if that's how you choose to do it, then that's how you choose to do it. You need to process your emotions, just keeping that in mind. Now, what does this have to do with celebrating yourself? I have no idea. I went off topic. So we are going to celebrate some of the small things. And if you've done it today, check it off. If you haven't done it today, don't worry about it. It's something you can do either later today or whenever you're ready. Okay? Did you get out of bed? Let's put a check mark. I did. It was close, but I did. All right. Did you take a big, deep breath? Most likely, but let's do it again. We'll do a big, deep breath. Let it out and just enjoy that breath. Yes. Check. You did a thing. All right. Did you stretch? Usually when we wake up, our bodies naturally want to stretch and extend. Did you stretch today? Did you do something? That always feels so good. Did you do something this morning to make your body feel good, even if it's just stretching? Check it off. It counts. We're celebrating this because you know what? This is the stuff that adds up to the bigger things as we go along. Okay? Now, did you take a sip of water? Probably the first thing that we should do. I don't. So I'm preaching. Do as I say, not as I do on this. I always drink my coffee first. But the days, especially when you feel the roughest, drink some water. That's actually getting ready to happen as soon as I finish this. I'm going to guzzle a boatload of water and go back to bed because your bodies need water. Your bodies need to be refreshed. You need to take care of yourself, and sometimes just water. Drink some water. All right. So just keep in mind that some days this is where you have to start. This silly little simple checklist, some people aren't able to even do this right now. And that's why we're celebrating it, because when we're not encouraged, when we don't feel good about the things that we have to do, like getting up out of bed or getting dressed or going to work, when we don't feel motivated enough to do it, we have to find ways to make it fun. We have to find ways to celebrate it and reward ourselves, because what's happening is we are being rewarded for being grumpy. We're able to commiserate with people who are upset. We're able to sit there and bitch and complain to people who are like-minded. What's happening is we're allowing ourselves to get stuck in a pattern of unhappiness. When you start focusing even on on what seems silly, really truly isn't. This is the foundation of how you start your day. And when you start your day in a way that feels good and you're celebrating your little wins along the route and along the journey, it feels good. You're mentally rewarding yourself for doing a thing. So then the next thing you do might be an even bigger thing. Maybe you went for a job interview today. That's a huge thing. Let's celebrate it and celebrate the moments where you are taking action and celebrate the moments of rest. All right. It all comes down to balance. I've told you guys this over and over again. Life is about balancing. And there are just some days where you can go and you can push and you can do all the things. And then there are some days where you just need to not do that. And that's okay. That's a way to balance it out. So do what you need to do today. Do what's going to make you feel good physically, spiritually, and emotionally. If you are having a hard time coming up with that, let me know and we'll get on an assessment. There's a link below. There's more information in the podcast about it. But the assessment gives you a step-by-step plan. And I always recommend starting small. If you've never heard of me before and you want to learn more about it, start with the free resources, start with the books, start with the workshop. And that's going to give you a really good anchor on how I do things, how I approach things, and the system that I use. More often than not, I have a lot of people who love doing the workshop because it ends up being enough. It ends up being enough for them to skyrocket. Kina has done amazing things. She's getting married soon. I'm so excited for her. So my washing machine's like getting ready to blow up. So I'm going to have to end this very quickly, but celebrate everything. Okay, guys, celebrate all the things because it's important for your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, your physical well-being to celebrate the positive, even if it's just getting out of bed. Okay. If you did that today, I'm proud of you. If you did more than that today, I'm very, very proud of you. Keep it up. Keep going. Keep your chin up. You know, some days are hard. It happens. We're humans. And that's just the way it is. All right. I got to go rescue my washing machine. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.